It is early in the morning and it smells of smoke. All of Sweden seems to be on fire. And there is no clouds and the sun doesn't shine as it should. We have had a really dry summer and there is a lot of forest fires around here now. Feels a little bit scary. We are reusing the old tin roof, so we are using the old holes where they nailed this roof. On this cabin there was these wooden shingles, the old way of making roofs, and they just put the tin roof on top of the wooden shingles and nailed them fast, so they didn't care about where they put their nails as much. They are a little bit wonky, so that's why we haven't put these whatever this is called in English in place on the whole roof, because we need to adjust them to the old holes in the thin roof. Otherwise the thin roof was in great shape, so there's a lot more years in this roof. Well, look at this. We got the roof on one side. In case you wonder what kind of log they were axing at in the previous episode, it was this support beam for the roof beam. They were a little wobbly, the old ones, and they had some kind of support beams before as well. These are gonna be visible inside the house. And I really like these patterns the axe makes. But you're gonna be really careful when you're dealing with standing wood in a timber house, because these logs, wood shrinks a lot more this way than this way. So if these shrink too much, then, and this doesn't shrink because it shrinks only this way, not this way, then we're gonna have a problem, because this is going to be too tall in that case. But in this house, almost every log we have used is really old and it doesn't shrink that much anymore. And those were not fresh ones as well, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Feels weird to finally have a roof over this house. We're gonna make those windows bigger on this side and on that side. And the inner roof is going to come just on the bottom of these logs. So we're gonna have a lot of insulation, so we don't have to freeze in the winter. They sure have grown a lot. But I don't know if it's just fur. We are gonna move them up to the village. Separate the rams from the whatever female sheep are called. Nu går de allihop. Vart går de? Ska du också gå? Eller ska du vara med mig? Ja, går du.
Welcome to the greenhouse. It has happened a lot since we filmed in here last, and now it's a lush jungle in here. We have started to get some tomatoes, but they are very slow. I don't know what it depends on, but maybe I have to give them some nourishment. And it's very dry. I have to water in here every night at least. But as you can see, we started to get some chili. And tomatoes, cucumbers, even some paprika. So I really like it in here. It's full of life. And now you're going to witness something historical, and that is Talasbuan's first harvested cucumber. I have also planted some stuff outside the greenhouse. Some carrots and kale, strawberries, salad, and some flowers. The flowers haven't really started to bloom yet, but hopefully soon, before the summer is over. Me and Matthias love fermented foods, but we haven't done it so much by ourselves. So today I'm gonna try to do some fermented cucumber of the cucumbers I picked in the greenhouse. And I have never done this before, and I'm just following a recipe in a book. The first post in the book is that I'm gonna wash the cucumber and put them in icy water. But unfortunately our water is 25 degrees warm now. Bathtub water, so it will have to do anyways. So I have cucumbers and horseradish. The horseradish are from the store because I haven't learned how to make mine good yet. I have a big plant but barely no roots, so that will be a next year project. I have a 2-liter jar with horseradish leaves in the bottom. I have garlic, black pepper, whole black pepper, unrefined sea salt. Now I'm gonna cut the cucumbers in staves and try to fit them in the jar. I'm sorry for the kind of bad quality of filming. I am home alone, and yeah, I think it's very hard to do something and try to film it at the same time and good angles and such. So it is what it is. Look at it. It's enormous. My own cucumber. when I had stuffed the cucumbers, I noticed that my jar wasn't too good, so I had to change jar. It doesn't look at all like the picture in the book, but here is the result, and see in a week or so if it worked or if I wasted my fine cucumbers. I love coriander, and I have some here. They have started to bloom, so I had to cut them down. I'm gonna mix some of it with olive oil and salt and maybe garlic, and use it as a kind of paste in food and such. Matthias unfortunately doesn't like coriander that much. I want to have it in every food I make, but because he don't like it that much, I don't. But it's good fresh also. Do you like coriander? Or are you like Matthias and think it tastes like soap?
At last, some rain. Let's hope it will be raining for a couple of days now. I think we have had about 4 or 5 days of rain this summer, and the day after those rains it was as dry as it was the day before it rained. We desperately need some rain. Today it's 28th of July, and according to the news there are 30 forest fires all around Sweden. Here we have been surrounded by the biggest fires, but they have still been pretty far away from here. So we have seen and smelled the smoke, but we have not felt immediately threatened by the fires. But we have been really worried about new started fires that could potentially be started anywhere now when it's this dry. Well, that was a disappointing rain. Hopefully there will be more this evening and tomorrow. These are our newest family members, Börje and Bertil. Hej! Va? Hittar ni någon mat här? We are 3 farmers in this village now. One who has farming as a living, and two families, ours and another, that are more of homesteaders, or how to say. So the other homesteading family up in the village, they got pigs last year, and these are children of those pigs. They are called Linderösvin. It's a Swedish heritage breed as well. We only got heritage breeds on this farm. And they are currently living in an old doghouse. Jaså, vad fan? I know next to nothing about pigs, other than to get the best meat they are supposed to eat only grass and roots and not so much about from the industrial feeds. They grow slower if they eat like that. But I also hear that you can when you separate milk to what's it called, skim milk and cream, you can feed the skim milk to the pigs and get really nice meat. This is also our first experience with electrical fencing. Here I see that the grass has started to grow too much just underneath the fencing. I think we need to rise the lowest one up. We were so scared that they were gonna escape and we're gonna have a pig chase all day long. We don't have time for that. The neighbors up in the village have a little problem with them escaping all the time. They have started to ignore the electrical fencing. But we have more moisture in the ground here as well. So that means that the electricity in the fencing here is stronger than up in the village where the ground is really dry. This is where we get the electricity for the fencing. This is also the first solar panel we have on this place. We have lived here for 6 years now without electricity. Totally without electricity. So now we got the means to charge our phones as well with the car battery and these cigarette lighter adapter thingy. So this is where we charge our gadgets. And it seems to work. Well, that's about it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed watching and see you in the next one.